Good morning and thank you for watching Sunrise at Sea. If you just joined us, you are right in time for Wellness this morning with me, Sandra Cobb. And today we're doing something a little bit different. Yeah, we are at the Cod Clinic in Kamocha, and Cod Clinic is a dental clinic. And here with me is Dr. Angela Kisa, and we are going to be talking about teeth cleaning today. Good morning, doctor. How are you?
Good morning, Sandra. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Now, I'd like to ask you, and many people wonder about this. Tell us about teeth cleaning. Why should you come to the dentist to have your teeth cleaned? Why not just brush your teeth at home and keep it at that?
Okay. When we eat food, because there's bacteria in our mouth, when the bacteria come in contact with that food, they break it down and form acids. And so when they form those acids form something called plaque. Now that's just a sticky surface of bacteria that forms on the surface of the teeth and in between the teeth. Now, as we all know, like when you brush, you cannot get into the in between the teeth and under the gum. And so that bacteria and those acids build up and form something called tartar. So that tartar is under the gum between the teeth, and the more it stays, the more it affects the teeth. So it causes something called gingivitis, and gingivitis is just an infection in the mouth that causes bleeding gums and bad breath. Yeah. So most people wonder why they have bad breath. They wonder why their gums bleed when they brush, because that's not normal. Sometimes when you brush, you see some blood. It's not normal. So those things are the reason why you need to go for a professional dental cleaning, because the brushing alone can't do it. It's good enough to keep your teeth in shape, but you are supposed to, have your teeth cleaned so that all those things in between the teeth, under the gum, are removed, and so your gums stay healthy.
So when is the right age to have your teeth cleaned? Can a 3-year-old come for teeth cleaning?
Yes. At 3 years old, we imagine that the child's teeth have fully developed. And so then it's important for you to bring them to see a dentist so that their teeth are clean, because if their teeth are not clean, then that gives way for them to develop cavities, right? And the way that the child's teeth are, the health of the primary dentition affects the health of the secondary dentition. So if a child has bad teeth when they are young,
their milk teeth.
Yeah, their milk teeth.
So their permanent teeth
will be affected automatically, because these bacteria stay in the mouth. Yeah, so they will just be transferred to the permanent dentition as well. So it's important for kids' teeth to also be cleaned. People may think that a child is just a child, you don't have to clean their teeth, but their teeth need to be cleaned as well.
Especially because they eat sweets and all these things. Yes, they eat a lot
of those things, cookies, all those fermentable carbohydrates, those starchy things. And at Cod Clinic, we have a saying that if something doesn't go bad, it is bad for you. So all those things that are shelf foods, crisps, sweets, all those things. Yeah, all those things that don't go bad, they are bad for your teeth. And so it's important to bring them, and especially because children don't even know how to properly brush their teeth.
Yes.
So it's important to bring them and have their teeth cleaned, and for adults as well.
And how often should they have their teeth cleaned? How often should you come to the dentist to have your teeth cleaned?
Yeah, so we advise people to have their teeth cleaned at least every 6 months. Yeah, because in that period of time, we imagine whatever has gone on in your mouth is like a lot. So it's good to come in every 6 months just for a routine checkup and to have your teeth cleaned. But if the worst comes to the worst, at least have your teeth cleaned once a year.
Once a year?
Yes, at least once a year.
What of the smokers? They say smokers should come in more frequently. Is this true?
Yes, smokers should actually come in more frequently, because first of all, smoking affects the gums, and remember we talked about gingivitis. So gingivitis, if left untreated, it will lead first of all to tooth decay, and then periodontal disease, and then eventually tooth loss. So if you don't have your teeth cleaned, they can, the gums, because when the gums get sick, they start to go get away from the teeth. They start to get sick, and we call it recession. So they recede from the teeth. And so that means the teeth are not held firm, so they become shaky. And so if that happens, you can lose your teeth. Yeah. But for smokers also, the tobacco in the smoke in the cigarettes.
In the cigarette, yes.
Yes, causes stains. So you'll find that people that smoke have excessive stains on their teeth, and that will affect the way that, you know, their teeth look, but also, like I said earlier, will affect their gums. So it's important for those guys to come in more often. Like if you smoke and like has failed to stop.
You had the good doctor, she said, if you smoke, your teeth might just fall out. So please come to Code Clinic in Kamocha and have your teeth cleaned at least every 4 months if you're a smoker.
Yeah, 3 months.
3 to 4 months.
Also for people that have bleeding gums, we usually like to see them every 3 months until the bleeding stops, because bleeding gums are actually
it's a telltale
really,
sign.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They are really, really dangerous because they can even lead to other diseases. Like if you have diabetes, bleeding gums spike your diabetes, and they can also lead to heart disease. So it's important to have your teeth.
So it's very, very...
You
had that bleeding gums can actually lead to heart disease.
Yeah.
So don't just, when you see that blood in the sink while you're brushing, don't take it lightly. You have to come and see a dentist.
Yeah.
And lastly, how is this procedure like? Is it very intrusive to have your teeth cleaned? Because when people think of the dentist, they're like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Sometimes, I remember when I was little, I would go to the dentist and I'd refuse to open my mouth.
Yeah.
So
we get but we are really gentle. Yeah. It's a really gentle procedure. It's not invasive in any way. It's not painful in any way. Because we are cleaning on the surface of the teeth and just under the, like, right below, like, the gum line.
So just to remove that.
Yeah, just to remove the stuff that is stuck under. And because some people's gums are really bleeding and are sick, usually we recommend, you know, a mouthwash before they come in for their procedure, so that that goes down, and then we do it in a more painless way. Yeah, so it's...
How long does it take?
Depending.
Or depending on that.
Depending on
what's in your teeth.
how bad the situation was, it can take from about 30 minutes to 1 hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are other ways that someone can, apart from brushing if you're at home, what are other ways that you can keep your teeth clean?
Yeah. So brushing, of course.
Yes.
At least twice a day. Yeah. With fluoride toothpaste. Please, if there is no fluoride in your toothpaste, like before you buy it, read.
Check.
And if there is fluoride, go ahead and buy it.
So these people who brush their teeth with, like, you know, that ash from the cigary, those things that they tell you they become so white, they're shiny. Is that not advised?
No. Fluoride toothpaste, because the fluoride helps to strengthen the teeth even more, and if cavities are starting to form, it helps to remineralize the tooth and so reverse the process of the cavity formation. The other thing is flossing. It's important to floss. Like every time you floss, brush, floss next, because you see how the toothbrush just goes on the surface of the teeth. The floss goes in between the teeth, and so if there is something that you missed, it will come out, because if you leave it in there, then you're giving the bacteria something to
breeding ground.
Yeah. So flossing
and mouthwash as well.
Mouthwash.
To gargle.
Yeah. So now mouthwash is a tricky area. So the mouth has good and bad bacteria.
Wow.
Yeah. Because the mouth needs bacteria. We call it oral flora. So if that's not there, then it's easy for your teeth to get affected. So mouthwashes, what they do is a lot of them are antibacterial. So if you're constantly using mouthwash, then that means you're taking out both the good and the bad.
So you need to slow down on that.
So what we recommend is people use mouthwashes on prescription. Like, go to your dentist, let them tell you what mouthwash you need to use, and just go and buy any mouthwash, because people have the misconception that mouthwash causes good breath.
Yes.
So that's why it's important to go for your routine checkup and your cleaning, so that your dentist can educate you about those things. Yeah. So mouthwash should be, first of all, fluoridated, but we highly recommend that it's prescribed by a dentist. Yeah.
Oh, I've learned so much today. Thank you, doctor. I've learned so much. I hope you have been listening and taking notes. Yeah, and that was Dr. Angela Kisa of the Code Clinic. It's a dental clinic, and it's situated in Kamocha. Now you know where to come and get your teeth cleaned. And people, please don't go buying that mouthwash off the shelf. Yeah, because the mouth, as you had the good doctor, it has good and bad bacteria. So you don't want to get rid of that good bacteria as well. And please, after brushing your teeth, floss. Floss, floss, floss. And if I remember, I never used to love flossing my teeth because the whole action of doing this. But guess what? These days they have floss picks.
Yes.
So you just get the floss pick, and then you just, after you eat, brush and just use that floss pick. Yeah, and make sure you make that trip to the dentist at least twice a year, and if you're a smoker, at least every 3 months. And remember also, kids can come through from the time they're 3 years old. They too need to get their teeth cleaned, remove all those cookies and all those, you know, sweets and everything. Well, that's all we had for you on Wellness this morning, and you are watching Sunrise at Sea. Don't blink.